Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirited Outdoors. Look, we're working on this well project some more. I wanted to show you right here. I have took and cut me some teeth, and I didn't do it perfect. I ain't gonna show you how I cut it, and the reason I ain't gonna show you how I cut it is because I ain't real safe about everything. I don't usually let OSHA come around here and go to inspecting stuff. And most of you have been watching me for a while know that I just do things. So every time I do something like this and show me cutting something or grinding on something, there's always somebody that wants to come in about how unsafe something is. I don't do safety, y'all. I use common sense and keep my fingers out of the way, and I watch what I'm doing. I got my teeth put on there, and I'm trying to move some of this stuff down here. Y'all, it's been a while since I've been working on projects up here under my workshop. I had to clean all the plants, and y'all, I still got dead-gum tomatoes. I had to water them, but I'm about ready just to let all this junk die. I don't have nowhere else to put tomatoes. So what I'm going to do right here is up about 18 inches or so, up to 2 foot. I'm drilling a bunch of 3/16 holes. I don't know how many I'm drilling. I just want to access water in, and we're going to take a water hose down there, and we're going to see if we can makeshift hook a water hose up to this. My goal is to put 20 foot of pipe in the ground, and that be it for right now. In the future, I may decide, hey, I need to go deeper. It may dry up. I may want to pull it out and go, with a serious well. This is more of an emergency well. This is not this is how I'm going to power, water my house and all this. I'm not going to hook electric to it. This is going to basically be me put a 4-inch pipe, and then I'm probably going to rig me up a 3-inch pipe well bucket on a rope that I can drop down in there and pull it out. Or I'm going to put a 2-inch or 1.25 inch, whatever I've got to put in there, and put a hand pump on it. This is just going to be so that I can get water if push comes to shove and I need water. And it may turn out to be good water, and I may want to drink out of it. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. But my goal is this is emergency water, and I know I haven't been real clear on that because I've reached out to try to get information from people, and I'm just going to drill a whole bunch of holes, and not no further than I can reach in there, and sand, I can reach all of that. Yeah. I want to clean all these burrs out, so I'm going to get all of these holes drilled, and then I've got what I do with it right here. And then I have a chain tool. I know a lot of y'all don't have no clue what this is, but I can wrap this around here, and it hooks on that, and then I can bite. I had this tool for removing cylinders off of heavy equipment when I was doing diesel mechanic work. This is what I used to break hydraulic cylinders apart when I would rebuild them. So this is what I'm going to use to wrap around my pipe, and I'm going to twist it. I'm going to hook a water hose in it, and I'm going to jam that water hose around it with rags. I may put a spray nozzle on the end of it if I can locate one that still works. I don't know if I have just a simple screw on there and shoot straight forward nozzle anymore. I'll have to look. I may have to fabricate something out of some pipe. But if I can run that hose all the way to the bottom and just go in, that I'm only going 20 foot, I think this is feasible. If you're going to dig a 50 foot, 100 foot well, you might have to do some different things. We're going to try this. So let me get all these holes drilled and clean this up. We're going to go all the way around this, up about 1.5 feet, 20 inches, whatever this is. And with preparation so the water can get in here from the side. There's 12 holes up, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 around. So you do the math. I ain't doing the math. I lead you to the water, but I ain't gonna make you drink it for you. You have to figure that up on your own if you want to know how many holes is in there. But we got all the holes drilled. So we're going to take it down there and see how this works, just packing a water hose around the rag, and see if it drills with this. I realize a lot of water is going to be coming out the side. It may not pressure up down here, so I may have not should have put the holes yet. I may have should have waited, but we're going to see what happens. I think it'll work anyway. All right, I've got a nozzle, like just a jet nozzle on here. I'm gonna run it down in my pipe. We're gonna run it. I don't want to destroy all of my mint over here. All right, there it is on the ground. And I just got an old rag. Here's an old bed sheet that I had. I was sifting clay, so it's already covered with mud. Can't hurt it. And y'all, I am gonna pack this around this water hose. Right. Let's go turn the water on and see what happens, y'all. Y'all, this is what I'm gonna do for a few minutes. I'll pick you back up in a minute. We make some progress. Y'all, it seems to be working. It's mighty slow. This is about 15 minutes, maybe, into doing this, and we've been this far, so. I think I could say that it is working, but it is very slow. Ooh. Well, just in case you was wondering how well that was going. It's about too hot to even be fooled with it. Rag idea ain't gonna work. You're gonna have to have pressure, so it's gonna have to have a cap with a water hose fitting, glued, sealed. And then I'm probably not gonna be happy with I've already drilled them holes in that. But might not hurt either, I don't know. But the water's just running, it's not really moving any dirt, so we're gonna back up and punt, do something different. Hey, we ain't give up yet. Before this video's over, you'll know what really will work. All right, y'all. After you sit down, have a popsicle, and cool off a little bit, your brain starts back working right. And I thought about this. Now, what this is, most of you seen it, you knew right off the bat. For those of you that don't know, this is for unclogging stopped up sewage pipes, such as that. I had a stopped up pipe, or I thought I did. It was my sewage come loose right after I built my house when the tank settled back. But I had septic problems, so I bought this thing, and it has a hole in the end of it. It swells up like a balloon inside the pipe and creates pressure forward. Why I didn't think of this? This is the simplest fix, y'all. We're going to put this on the end of the water hose. We're going to run this all the way down to the bottom of the pipe. I can run it past the holes that's in the pipe, and it'll swell up and seal off everything behind it. The water will be forced to go out in front of it, I think. So let's see what happens. Hang with me. All right, y'all. There's a little water coming up the inside the pipe, but not a lot. Let's hook our bad mammy jammy back on there. I'm gonna have to get another bite. All possible. There we go. All right, the water's coming up more on the outside than it is the inside. But it is coming up together. I just dry fit that. I'm not gonna glue it yet. I'll probably wind up pulling the whole thing back out, but if it happens to stick, it's just a casing, it's not gonna matter. Y'all, I think this is money right here now. I need a new washer. I ordered a whole pack of washers for these water hose connections because they fall out, I lose them, different things. Get this up here where I can really club myself in the top of the head with it. Cause y'all all know that's what's gonna happen, don't you? Y'all, I have found if I pick up, let it blow everything out the end and then ease back down, that's when it settles my depth a little. So I twist and I'm cutting the dirt like this. And when I feel it starting to get tight, I pull it up a little bit and that blows all that dirt and sediment out the end. Now, y'all, this is not just this sinking down in the ground type deal. It's very, very slow, but it is working. Y'all, the original teeth I cut in that thing wasn't doing what I wanted to, so we put a coupling on there and we did a little better job cutting the teeth. So this is what we're gonna drill with now. Yeah, it's going down, y'all. It is definitely going down. Slowly but surely. I'm gonna work on this a while. All right, y'all, this is the second day of digging on this, actually the third day since I've started it. And I've got at least 13 foot in the ground. So far, I'll share with you what I've learned. What you've got on the bottom for teeth to cut is very important. The first 10 foot went fairly simple. When I got around 10 foot, when I had where I put my pipe together, just about even with this water level or the dirt level, it slowed down tremendously. I went through a layer of something very hard, whether it was clay or some gravel or rock or a piece of wood. I don't know what was down there. So I went and I got a coupling and I cut some sharper, better teeth, more pointed teeth on that. That helped. But for DIY, y'all, this water hose with this pressure balloon is working tremendously. We were averaging about a foot an hour, and now it's picking up to like about a foot every 30 minutes or so. Another thing is you need good downward pressure while you twisting this. Once it's drilling and cutting good, what I did is I cut me a piece of tin, metal for metal roofing, just a scrap piece to put under this so this wouldn't bite too hard into my pipe and make a hole in it. It just evened out the pressure. So, y'all, for no money, I had these 2 sticks of pipe laying here. I had the water balloon from working on a septic already, but I think you can buy one. I'll link it in my Amazon. if you want to order it, but I bought this one at Lowe's or somewhere. It works very good. You just drop it on your hose, drop it to the bottom. I pre-drilled my pipes on the side so that water could seep in to keep from having to pull this out. You can drop that thing all the way down in there, depending on how much water hose you've got, obviously, to the bottom and go past those holes you drilled, so that when you pull it back out, you didn't lose nothing by putting those holes in there. For drilling purposes, if you got your water connected up here, you probably don't want all those holes in there. So, y'all, that's just some tips that I've learned while I've been doing this. And I've been doing a bunch of research on it. And most everybody is punching in. And I don't know what just happened right there, y'all. It got really easy to turn. Probably the pressure pushed it back up some, I figure. But you need to keep pulling down on it while you twisting this so that it's cutting good. And I'm gonna put 20 foot in the ground. So I'm probably not gonna do a whole bunch of recording because I don't want to make these videos long and boring. But I do want to share the knowledge I've got with you. And I know this ain't probably been one of my most entertaining videos, but this was more of an experiment I just wanted to document. And I do realize there's several ways, but most of the people that are being successful, and I'll tell y'all some of the tips here in a minute that I have. But y'all, it's so hot, you can't stay down here and work this very long in this heat. Whew. Had to take a break. I'm gonna let that water run and pressure that a little bit. What I was gonna tell you, I've had some very good tips. Most of them are in regards to drilling an 1.5 or 2 inch pipe. Buddy up in Tennessee, a gentleman told me that they took a coupling and welded a sickle blade on there, basically a sharp point that's got a little bit of a bevel to it. It's off one of those antique sickles. Welded it onto that coupling where water could go by it. And they screwed that coupling onto about 3 foot of steel pipe. And then he said from there, he said, we just twisted on regular Schedule 40 PVC and drove with that PVC. Hooked water to the end of it in that 1.5 or 2 inch, whichever one you go with. And I don't remember which one he said, but he said they drilled a well 35 foot deep, 30 foot deep or so, he said, in about an hour. So the smaller diameter, you can go a lot faster. This 4 inch is a little slower. My dad told me the old timers around here rigged up something, and now I didn't totally understand how this worked. But they sharpened a piece of pipe, however big they wanted to weld, and rigged up some weights and a rope and hammered it and pulled it up, and it would pull the dirt and all out. So they cut it some kind of way with a sharp piece of metal pipe and drove that and pull it up with a rope and get the dirt out of it. So there's several different methods the old timers use, and if I ever figure out exactly how my dad was explaining that, I would love to demonstrate that just for the educational purposes, because that's the knowledge, y'all, that's getting lost. Everything that you find on YouTube is drilling similar to this, but there are other ways to do things, and that's kind of the things I like to find, the things that are different. So nobody has used one of these balloon deals on the bottom, y'all. That's working great. So I'm gonna get over here, quit recording. Y'all, my shirt's soaked. I don't know how long I'm gonna stick with this. I ain't gonna try to finish today, but I need to recover some of my water hoses. I've watered my garden, but my tomato beds is bad, needing some water. And they are in my water catchment tank, my rain catch system on the back of my house. I got a 250 gallon tank back there that just catches off the air conditioner. I don't waste my air conditioner water, y'all. I got a funnel that catches a drip off that air conditioner, goes in that tank, and I water my garden with it. So I need to go up there and put that in my bed and let it run for a little while. So I'm going to try to get some of this pipe down there. Now that I've got my better bit glued on there, it's just a coupling I cut a little sharper. And I'm going to try to get a couple more feet of this in the ground before I have to get hot and go sit down, may wait tomorrow. I ain't in no big hurry with this, y'all. In fact, letting that water set in that hole is probably helping to soak down in there and make it easier to drill. So we'll keep y'all updated on what's going on. Y'all, we getting there. Slow go. I have found that picking this pipe up and easing it back down and picking it up and easing it back down and then twisting hard seems to go faster, because I think I'm getting into some gravel. When I twist, I can feel it grinding. It may be pieces of wood, I don't know. I don't see anything coming up floating. But when I twist it, I can feel it grinding. So that picking it up, if there's bigger particles right there, you allow them to come up by this pipe, because you may not have a big enough gap for a piece of gravel or something to come by. So that's just something I have found that seems to be helping me. But y'all, we done went down another foot or so, and it hadn't been that long, but nah, we finna have to quit because I'm about tuckered out. I just tell you, my shirt is soaked. I just sat down and replied to happy birthday wishes and everything else. And I don't know what kind of idiot spends his birthday out here drilling on a well, pouring wet with sweat, and I could be sitting on the porch doing absolutely nothing. But y'all, I enjoy doing stuff. I'm not a sit around, wait for something to fall in my lap kind of guy. I like to be doing stuff. So we're gonna have a well. Now, obviously, I think I mentioned this in this video or earlier. I may be redundant on things, but this is a day later for me, you gotta understand. If I'm gonna run my house, I may go up there and punch me a 40-foot, 1.5-inch diameter well with something I can put an electric pump on to run my house if I need to, if things get bad. Because I think I could do that fairly easy. Now, obviously, if we lose water before I've done that, it would be a lot more difficult. But from what I'm hearing, you can punch 1.5 inches pretty simply. And I may wind up doing that just for experimentation purposes anyway. Up there and do it out there by some of my beds where I could get water to them. But anyway, let me get this punched on down in there. Okay, the things I have learned while drilling this well. The first about 10 foot is relatively easy. The dirt's soft, it's not compact. Once I went past 10 foot, it started slowing down. Now I have went through one layer, I guess a layer. I'm just gonna say layer because in my mind, that's how I'm gauging it in here. I don't have a way of knowing it was a layer. But I went through a spot that was hard. I mean, and you can feel when you pull down and you twist this, I can feel the grit. And I have felt that change a time or two. But I have learned that if I twist it a little bit and then I ease up, it lets blow out the inside of the pipe a little more because I got that bubble down really close to the end.
if I was doing this over, I would not have drilled my holes all in my pipe. I would have left like 2 or 3 small holes right at the bottom where it could exhaust out dirt, and I wouldn't probably have to pull up. But you don't want a bunch of holes. So what I'm doing is I cut the water off and drop it all the way to the bottom, and then I back that bubble up about 3 or 4 inches, because you don't want it right against the dirt. You'll bust it. So it's a slow go. Drilling a 4-inch pipe, which is what this is, a thin wall pipe. And I did wind up gluing the coupling on that. I don't know if I've mentioned that already or not. It needs the thicker wall teeth. I figure a Schedule 40 would probably be easier to drill because it's grabbing and biting more dirt. You got a little more weight of the pipe pulling down. I am holding down this, but now this is working well. I'm not having a problem getting it in, but it is slow. This is not and I have not worked on it steadily, so I can't tell you exactly how many hours I've got in this, but I do know I have hours in it. I work on it an hour or 2, and then I leave it alone. In fact, while I ordered my other bubble, I had to order this is the package that come in. I ordered this on Amazon. This was the first one I had bought at Lowe's, and I busted it, and I drilled around 15 foot with this. So this is what I'm drilling with. I'll put that in there just for novelty's sake. So I got to take it up there and throw it in the garbage can. That's what I got in Amazon. So you can order that bubble. I think that bubble is the way to go. It saves buying all this apparatus up here and you flopping around and risk breaking that off, especially if you have to take the pipe in and out for other things. I haven't damaged the top of my pipe. I haven't glued anything in there that I've got to saw off. If I decide one day I want to drill it down another 10 foot, all I got to do is drop pipe in there after I've been using this well. I've still got my bale on there. I can drop another piece of pipe in. So, you know, there's a lot of reasons for the way I've done this, but just what I've learned. I've watched the dirt change colors as it come out a couple of times. I really hadn't been able to tell that, hey, I've hit sand or no. I just know it went from a lighter color to a darker color. But we're getting a well drill.
Well, somebody's benefiting from this project.
So it's slowly going down. I've been at this. Well, I went and sat on the porch about 2 hours because you had to go up there to cool off. We going down. I did away with the handle thing because at this point I can just kind of hang my weight on here, and I think I'm doing just as well turning it just a little bit, kind of ramming it. I can feel those teeth as they bite in down there that I cut in that coupling. So anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. Just hang on. Hang with me. Go get you a cup of coffee, glass of iced tea or something. And we're going to get this well put in here quickly. I do know it's hot, but we did get a cool breeze there a while ago, blowed through. My shirt being soaking wet with sweat felt good. Oh, it was somewhat heavenly. But my mind has been really a-whirling about designing a bit that will go on the bottom of this pipe that will flatly cut all the way around inside this hole that I can mount to this pipe. And then when I get done, I can pull it out, pull it off if I wanted to. We may do some experimenting with something like that. Coming up future videos, you know. It won't be on. We're gonna finish this night like we are. Well, y'all, I'm down about where I want to be. Number one, I know I have a water level at around between 6 and 8 foot right now, and it's been pretty dry. So I've got plenty of volume of water. I figure I'm probably around 17 and a half, maybe 18 foot, because ground level is actually right up about right here on this pipe. Well, I realize you can't see my hand, but Anyway, I looks like I got about 4 foot sticking up, but in reality, I'm down. I dug around this with a shovel, so ground level, I've got about 3 foot of pipe sticking out of the ground. This is about where I want to be also, because I got this little boy that's about yay high. And I know I was a little boy one time, and there's just something intriguing about a rock or a dirt clod, how far it'll fall and how long it'll fall before you hear kaploosh. So I'm gonna have to cap this off with something anyway, but keeping it up a little out of his reach where he can't look over in there. And we are gonna put some stuff around this bottom and fill in the sides of this hole, because you've seen the water where it's come up around the outside. It's a little gap there. You could drop a wrench or something in there and it'd be gone. So we are going to fill all of that in, but not just yet. I'll do that in a later video, because I want to let everything settle. I want to test my water. I want to see how long, if that water table drops, because we're not in our driest part of the year here yet. It's been very dry, and it don't get a lot drier, but it has been known over into August to September of being really, really dry in years past. So I'm going to watch it and not fill nothing in, because I may decide, hey, I want to put another piece of pipe and drill on down, and I don't want to fill it up with gravel or something before I do that. So anyway, there'll be a couple more videos come out concerning this well. Obviously, we're going to test the water, but I can't do that today because I want it to settle. I don't want to have a bunch of chlorinated water in it. We're going to probably sample it with some kind of test strip of some description, or we may get some of it and send it to Mississippi State and tell them, you know, hey, we found this water and we want to see if it's any good to drink, what's in it or whatever. And they may can do that up here in town somewhere. I'll have to research and find out. I hadn't looked into that at all. If you know right where I need to send water, or the best way to go about testing it to see really what's in it, let me know. But y'all, this we drilled, I'm going to safely say a realistic average is somewhere around about 1 foot an hour with this method. Now, if your stars all line up, the moon happened to be in the right phase, and your dead grandma was buried with the correct hand on top of the other one, you might get a little more than that, but you bet on around a foot an hour. So if that helps you figure about how long it's going to take you to drill a well like this, do know that. And of course, y'all, the further I've got down in there, the more compact that soil, it just gets slower and slower as it goes down. Now, seems like this last foot or so has not been as bad as some of the others. So maybe we went through a rock layer or a gravel layer. I don't really know. I have no way of knowing what's down in that hole. Y'all, as the water come up, I watched the water change colors. I have not seen sand coming out or red dirt coming out or whatever. And I do know there's a belt of coal somewhere through this here that was around 50 foot deep in places. They could be places way shallower than that. So I'm going to have to test it to see what's in there. But this is about where I want this. It's plenty hot, y'all, to be out here drilling on a well today. So we fixing to call this. This is plenty deep. I just wanted it where I could look in there. I think I have plenty volume of water. So I'm gonna cut this off, and you can see how I pinch that and see it release. And show y'all what I got, how much, you see how much is in there. And you can see that thing has got a bubble coming up on the side, so these will not last long. And you see how that's jetting water? And you'll see it start swelling up. We're gonna cut that off. I'm gonna let it seal off. I'm gonna go up here and cut my water off. But anyway, y'all, this is what we've done with the well. We have, this is 2 foot or 2 sticks of 10 foot pipe. You see how far I've got it in the ground. I have not worked on this constantly. We blew out one of them bubbles, had to go get another one. Y'all, I feel like this picking up and dropping down is an important part of it, letting that dirt wash out. I think that bubble is a good way to go. I have drilled this with that. I know there's probably other ways. So anyway, I hope y'all learned something. I hope maybe from my mistakes you could learn, you know, not to do that, what to do. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time. Remember to stay tuned and subscribe to the channel so you can see how we test the water, how we fix around the well to make it usable. We're gonna build a well bucket to go in here, or either try to find one that fits in 4-inch pipe. So all of that'll be coming. You don't want to miss that, I'm telling you. So we'll see y'all next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. And we'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.